Hey everyone, Jav here, and I am back at my office at my craft room finally after 2 weeks of craziness. I'm not sure if you guys know, but I had been away for 2 weeks at a crazy trip. I'm gonna tell you guys all about it in just a couple of minutes. Let's get started. So after 2 weeks, I'm seeing you guys after 2 weeks. I did plan on coming live earlier while we were on our trip, but things just didn't work out, and I'm gonna chat all about it in just a few seconds. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is Jav, and today I'll be talking about the crazy stuff that happened in the past 2 weeks, and the most important thing, I'll be discussing the topic: do you have a contingency plan for your business? This is a very important question that I want you all to think about after today's session, because during the past 2 weeks, whatever happened in the past 2 weeks, it really got me into thinking and thinking about my business and about everyone else's business, you guys who are following me. And I really want to get this thing out there so you guys are prepared as well for if something crazy happens in your business. So the topic for today's discussion is: do you have a contingency plan for your business? So as some of you might know, I am Jav, and I teach creative nurses how to run a sustainable SVG business that makes money literally in your sleep. And for those of you who are new here, I've been running an online business since 2013. And during these past 8 years, I've sold back sewing patterns. I've launched 5 different courses, a couple of ebooks, and I'm also currently selling SVG cut files. So today I want to ask you all something extremely important, which I'm sure I've mentioned earlier as well. Do you have a contingency plan for your business? The reason I've chosen this particular topic for today is because of what happened with us in the last 2 weeks. So if you've been following me on Instagram, you might have seen my husband and I took a lavish trip to Gold Coast, which is a tourist destination here in Australia. And it was amazing. The first few days, super awesome. It felt really good. We were so excited, and we were supposed to stay there for 4 nights at this amazing service department. I'm sure if you checked out my previous stories, you might have seen the view. It was heavenly. It was so beautiful, like infinite ocean view. And every day we'd just wake up and look outside the window from our bed. It was amazing. It was like we were in heaven. It was so beautiful. But then on the 4th day, COVID screwed us over. On the 4th day of our trip, while we were chilling at the beach, we had just finished our snorkeling tour. We booked a tour to snorkel around some what do you call some decayed, rusted ships. I forgot the word for it. So we were snorkeling over there. So after snorkeling, we were just chilling at the beach. I was drying myself in the sun. It felt so heavenly. It felt so amazing. The breeze was cool. And we were just sitting there having the best time we had in a couple of years. And all of a sudden, we received this text message from the government saying, you cannot go back to Melbourne. You have to stay here for the next 14 days. Bam! That just dropped on us like a huge bomb. And we're just sitting over there like, what the hell just happened, girl? And we were so freaked out because, in this 1 second, we were in this peaceful state of mind. And the next second, this huge bomb dropped on us. Like the next day we were supposed to come back to Melbourne. And just a day before, we received this message, and we were like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? The number one thing was like, who's gonna take care of Lemon? Lemon is our little pet bird. You might have seen it. So we were like, we just we only prepared for it for like 4 days, and now we have to spend 40 more days over here. And we didn't even account that in our budget, because we never thought that we would be stuck in a situation like this. And thankfully, like after we recovered from the shock during our trip, like after a couple of minutes, we calmed down. And thankfully, everything didn't turn out as bad as we imagined it to be, because thankfully, even though my husband doesn't have a full-time job, we had a good amount of savings, because every month I set aside 70% of whatever I earn to the savings. So for the whole year, we had saved up quite a good amount of money, so we weren't really worried about paying for the hotel. We were mostly worried about Lemon. And because I don't have to spend a ton on supplies, like if I was running a physical business, I would be buying all the tumblers and t-shirts and blah blah. But thankfully, since my business is all digital, I save up most of what I earn. So 70% goes to my savings every month. And because of that, we were really at peace. And thanks to these savings, I wasn't freaking out. We weren't freaking out. Like, we were like, okay, fine, we have to find a good budget hotel to move in, because we were staying in a lavish hotel, which would have been triple the price of what we booked for 4 nights. And you won't even believe this, because everything in my business is digital. I was literally able to make whatever extra amount we had to spend while I was sitting there far away from my craft room in quarantine. Because everything is digital, and I didn't have to physically make and ship and do all those things that you need to do in a physical business. I made back all that money while we were sitting in Gold Coast. The days we spend in isolation, I made back all the amount. And this is such a powerful thing to have. It made me realize, like, having a digital business is so powerful, and it's so relaxing in situations like these. Having a business that would make money on its own with minimum effort. Because if I was running a business selling physical products, I would have been so stressed out responding to all the customer emails, refunding them, closing my shop, etc. Because we had to spend 5 more days in quarantine in a different city away from home, like 5 extra days. I did not take that into account, because I never even imagined being stuck in a situation like this. And since I was selling digital products, I didn't have to put my shop on vacation mode. I didn't have to worry about giving refunds to my customer, because I was stuck in a different city beyond for 5 extra days beyond the schedule. So I'm so grateful to God that He guided me on this path, because honestly speaking, I have always wanted to have a handmade physical business, but some way or the other, I just couldn't get into it. It just didn't make sense to me. Like, if I'm putting so many hours, I'm going to talk about that in a different life. But yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to get into the physical business. And I'm so thankful than ever that I stuck to the digital business, because in times like these, it really pays off. You know, when you're stuck in a place, you can't go home. And with the COVID situation going on, I don't know how many times you'd have to go through this. And while we were stuck, I was very calm from the money perspective, because thankfully we had our savings, and I was calm because I wasn't worried about the business side at all because I could do all my business sitting in the hotel room. And the only thing that I was worried about was Lemon, our pet bird. And that's it. We were pretty relaxed even in this crazy situation. So my question to you for today is, have you ever thought about what you're going to do? How would you make money if something like this happened to you? Because I never imagined being stuck in a situation like this. We were extra cautious before our trip. We didn't go to any malls. We avoided all the restaurants. We just stayed at home just in case to prevent getting into a situation like this. But somehow, on the day of our flight, Melbourne Airport got declared as a hotspot, and we ended up in a situation we never even dreamt of. So this can happen to literally anybody. Like I would say that's why it made me think about this. Like, guys, we need to think and plan ahead. Are you guys planning ahead for a situation like this? Have you thought about how much money you're saving every month? Do you have enough in your bank account to survive through a crazy emergency like this? Do you have a way to make money from a remote location? Or do you have a plan to deal with a situation like this? Say if you break a leg or if you break a wrist, injure your hand, what's going to happen to your business? Think about it. Think about what's going to happen in a situation where there is a crisis. What if you're in a position where you can't make any physical items? What are you going to do about your business then? Do you have an alternative source of making money for situations like these? Because we run a business at home, but we don't think about all of these. Big companies have like huge meetings and they have like huge documents. Everything is documented, like 20 plus pages of documents, hundreds and hundreds of pages of documents planned out for situations like this. If X happens, what are we gonna do? If tornado hits us, what are we gonna do? If these many workers don't show up, what are we gonna do? So as a business owner, it's our duty to plan ahead for our business, for our family, for ourselves. Like, seriously, if you get stuck in a situation like this, what are you actually gonna do? So I want you, and also your goal should be to make enough money to save some of it in your bank account, because you don't just want to make money to meet your monthly need. You want to go beyond that. You want to make enough so you have something in your savings, because you never know what's going to happen. Thankfully, we have been saving the whole year for the past 2 years, and we had a good amount of savings, so we weren't really worried about anything. So think about this. I want you to just sit in a place and close your eyes and think about it. What are you gonna do if you get stuck in a situation like this? I want you to think about this and start working towards making changes to your business so you can prepare for a rainy day like this one. And if you need help in setting up a sustainable business, feel free to reach out to me for more details. I'm here to help you through my one-on-one intensive coaching program. Just message me for more info. And even if you don't want to reach out, you can do Google search and try to come up with ways to deal with the situation if you get stuck in a situation like this. Plan ahead, guys. It's really important. This whole experience past 2 weeks gave me a reality check and kick in the butt to start talking about this, to start implementing this even more in my business. So yep, that's that's my that's your homework for today. So think about it and let me know what you guys came up with. So thanks a bunch for listening to today's live session. I'll see you guys soon. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. Bye bye.